Pankaj, another stock that's reacting to its quarterly numbers and trading in the red is JK Paper. That stock price down nearly 3% in trade. I'll ask my producer to show you the JK Paper intraday chart so you can see how the markets are once again giving this counter, like Godrej Agrovat, a thumbs down as far as the earnings go. So A.S. Mehta, the president of the company, joining us to talk about the road ahead, how they're printing a turnaround story going forward. Pardon my pun. Thanks, Mr. Mehta. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Let's talk about Q4 first before we talk about the future. What went wrong, do you think? Why is it that you're getting a thumbs down from the market? Was it your volumes? Was it the realizations that you think have disappointed the street?
Okay, I see the volume growth for the quarter is not much. I mean, it is there. Something around 6% is the volume growth. Year as a whole, if you talk, the volume growth is 4%. But the NSR improvement is something around 3%. So overall, if you say figure like to like last year vis-a-vis this year, because the last year figure has the impact of the excise duty, whereas this year, after July, the figure are net of excise duty and the tax post GST implementation. The like to like figure are 2,800 crore for this year and 2,600 crore last year. So the net increase is 7.4%. So out of that, 4% is because of volume and 3.4% is almost because of the NSR.
What's the realization trajectory seen in the industry in the forthcoming quarters? Do you see a tight demand-supply situation which could come in because of the pulp cost, which is in your advantage?
See, the realization, it won't depend on the pulp prices. Since the pulp prices in the global market are fairly, I mean, on a buoyant graph, if the pulp prices remain higher, the paper prices consequently will be on an upside. But in the domestic market, since the major pulp paper production is by the integrated players, so there the market pulp or the bought out pulp will have no major impact. The paper prices in the domestic market will depend on the demand and supply scenario in the domestic market, as well as the import factor from the ASEAN countries. So based on that only the prices will be determined in the market, and I mean that will decide what is going to be the NSR for year to come.
Mr. Mehta, what about your current capacity utilization? How does that stand? And, you know, talking, like I said, I want to also talk to you about the future. Can you give us a guidance on where we can expect EBITDA margins in the new fiscal?
See, current capacity utilization, I can say that it is 105%. And as far as the EBITDA is concerned, I can say right now, but going forward 12 months, I don't think it is desirable for me to give a forward-looking percentage of EBITDA today, because there will be number of variables that will have bearing on the EBITDA for time to come.
What's the growth outlook for FY19 versus FY18, and how better will profits be growing compared to your top line?
See, I will tell you something on this matter is that the industry is likely to grow at something around 6%. This is our estimate in the various product categories, and our growth will be in tandem. This is one part. As far as the profitability is concerned, there are number of levers of profitability, and raw material costs, as far as we are concerned, there will be further focus on reduction in the raw material cost. This is one part, and based on the demand supply scenario, if the prices improve, there will be a better profitability. So we need to see that part.
So Mehta, we're going to leave it at that. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Thanks so much for joining us. So that's JK Paper that disappointed the street in the fourth quarter, but certainly painting a rosy picture for the next 12 to 15 months. How capacity utilization should improve. The EBITDA margins should also be showing an uptake.